Good morning, everyone. This is Teacher Dean, and I am going to be covering be going to and will. Again, it's be going to and will. So, with be going to, we're looking at what we call future terms, right? We're looking at things that can happen in the future. For example, we can be looking at someone who reads your hand and they can say they're telling you about what's going to happen in the future. Future means something happening not today, but future means tomorrow, later. Now, let's look at the next picture right here. Here, they're talking about prediction using your hands. They're talking about prediction and they're using your hands, sorry, but I forgot to mention in this one, they're using your cell phone. So this is something that you find on Facebook, you find in a lot of online games, and it says, what is your prediction? What is your prediction for 2020? So here it's saying in 2020, you will still be alone. So that is what we call a prediction. So a prediction is talking about future, not current, but future. So all right, or Teacher Dean would say, these are what we call false predictions. So Teacher Dean, these are what we call false predictions. Now let's look at some other people who talk about in terms of be going to and will. So if you look at the prophets in the Bible, they wrote about things that were going to happen. Okay, those were prophets in the Bible. Now let's look at the weatherman. The weatherman tells us it's going to rain. So they also, both of these people, state predictions. They state predictions. Now, let's look at the next slide. We're talking about be going to and will happen. So if you look at this picture right here, we can say, I think it's going to rain. Why could we say I think it's going to rain? Because the clouds are black. The clouds are black. That's the indicator. And I think it's going to rain. Now, let's look at the next screen at the bottom. Now, this could be they're going to work, they're going to school, but I label this as going to work. So this is talking about something be going to, and will are used to talk about what will happen. Now, let's look at other things that will happen. Now, if you look at this picture is a picture of a lady. That's a lady. So she is pregnant. What could you predict is going to happen? You could say she is going to have a baby. She's going to have a baby. Now, let's look at the next picture, an ultrasound. This is an ultrasound. And if you look at this picture, it also shows you that there's a baby. So what could you predict that would happen? She is going to have a baby. Wonderful. Now, let's look at the screen. Now, when we look at the screen, what do we think is happening? For some of you, be like, teacher, that's just two colors, one blue, one pink. Now, in many societies, in many countries, in many places, they say boys wear blue. But if you look right here, also you see that they have a mustache. So the blue and the mustache means, sorry, I clicked the slide. The blue and the mustache means that it's a boy. Now, let's look at the next picture. You see pink. Pink is normally looking at a girl's color. Pink is normally used for a girl's color. But let's look at right here, the eyelashes. The eyelashes is to indicate that this is a girl because girls wear fancy eyelashes sometimes, right? So the stashes, men, lashes for girl. So what could we predict there? This is what they're doing in many places, and they call it gender reveal. What is going to and what will happen. So here's another set of pictures that they use to talk about what's going to and what will happen. If you look at the word SHE, that's she. That's referring to a girl, and that is pink because they want you to know that's for a girl. Now, let me go back on the slide. I need to point out, here we go again. He, HE in blue is for the boy. So we're talking about what will happen. And so it's talking about a gender reveal. It's going to be a boy or it's going to be a girl. So what will happen? So the first slide, the one before this, was just talking about if it's going to be a baby. Now we're going to be a little further and saying, is it a boy? Is it a girl? And so in many countries, especially America, they have what they call gender reveal parties. And that started many years after I had my two boys, but they're now having gender reveal parties using blue for boys, pink for girls. All right, let's move on. Now, when you look at a lot of Facebook posts, and people are talking about how they feel, they will use terms like, I'm going to leave this right here. I'm going to leave this right here. That means I am not going to say another word. I'm just going to leave the conversation right there, and I may post a picture of how I feel. And they could also say, I will leave this right here, meaning that they're leaving their feelings, their thoughts, whether it's anger, emotions, and they put a picture to state what it is. All right, so this is something that you see on Facebook often. Now, let's talk about location with be going to and will. So I could say Dr. Dean will be on Zoom today, or Dr. Dean is going to be in class today. That is referring to where I am going to be. What will I be doing? Now, let's talk about be going to and will as we talk about an offer. What's an offer? An offer could be to help someone, to help out someone. And there's a difference between help and help out. Okay, so there's a big difference between help and help out. So help is talking about you're gonna help, you're gonna do something for someone. You can say, can I help you? Can I help you? But to help out is for someone who may not be able to do it by themselves. For example, you help out a baby or you help out a situation. So I could say, I will help you to get on Zoom. Maybe you can't do it on your own, but I will help you out, okay? Help out and help sometimes can mean the same things. Now let's look at the next one talking about offer. I will be going to speak on your behalf, meaning I am going to talk for you. I am going to talk for you. Now let's look at the next one. I will offer you the best price. That means when I say I will offer you the best price, it means that I am going to share the best price with you. I'll make it affordable, something that you can pay. All righty? Now let's go to the next slide. You can see that when I say I will help you on Zoom, here's a picture of a person helping someone to get onto a computer. Do you notice she has a computer already? But she's helping the person or the individual to get on a computer. For example, I will be speaking on your behalf maybe you can translate or learn sign language to speak on that person's behalf. Okay, let me go back to that slide. Now I will offer you the best price. Sometimes stores have it as a limited offer, a limited time offer, where they're saying that they're offering you the best price. Now let's continue. I will take care of you. I will take care of you could mean when you are taking care of a baby, taking care of an older parent, taking care of a situation. I am going to make you happy. When sometimes we say, I'm going to make you happy, that could be for we're going to make someone feel great for the rest of their life, or just for a short moment. We surprise them with a gift. I will always love you. It's talking about helping that person or making promises. So here we could see be going to and will are used to talk about promises. So let's go to the next slide. So if you notice, look at the mother kitten and the baby kitten, right? I will always take care of you. Now, the next one, I am going to make you happy, means I'm going to marry you. I will always love you, right? I will always love you means look how they get older and they still love each other. Now, look at the last one I ended. That's something sometimes you hear in church. I will never leave you nor forsake you, okay? So sometimes you hear this, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And these are talking about what? Promises. Promises. Now, let's look at the next part dealing with be going to and will. For example, I could say, I am going to be happy. And I left out the word be, but that's okay. I am going to be happy. There should be the word be right there. Now, he, she, or it is going to be happy. So that's talking about be going to. They, we, or you are going to be happy. Now you could also change the sentence and it says, I will be happy, he will be happy, they will be happy. Do you see what I'm doing? Or let's make sure I point it out. She will be happy, it will be happy, we will be happy, you will be happy. So right here in this section, you could take the time and think about what you could write or rewrite the sentences using the word will instead of or in place of be going to. Now, I have some assignments that I put up, and you can keep that slide up and you can write down your answers. What bracket you do. So I could say, what will you be doing? What are you going to do? All right, let me put it this way. What are you going to do this afternoon? What are you going to do this afternoon? Or what will you be doing this afternoon? So both are talking about future. So you can write the next one from 2 to number 8 on your own. And then you'll look for another PowerPoint that I will have with the answers and talk more about be going to and will. And remember, sometimes they can be used together, meaning the same thing. And sometimes they could mean something different. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day and stay safe.